Hey guys, it's Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and I am bringing you the weekly reading for January 23rd through January 29th. And Wally is also bringing you the weekly reading as well. You will see plenty of Wally later on in the second half of our video. Before we continue, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be making a few changes. So the first change is I want to discontinue doing the weekly readings, but I would like to do monthly readings that are a little bit more in depth and look into specific areas, in our lives, their relationships, career, all of that stuff. So I want to start doing monthly readings. In between, I have really enjoyed that 31 Days of Tarot that Ethany had put out, and I realized I really like doing, vloggy type stuff. I like doing that tarot, talking about oracle, and it looks like you guys like that too. I also want to maybe do more specific videos geared towards workouts, but incorporating the tarot. So I touched on that, I think, in some of my earliest videos, but I really want to start doing that, like a tarot workouts type thing. So so stay tuned for all of that stuff coming up. So it's a new year, it's time for making some changes and kind of see what works and things like that. So let me know what you guys think. I always show you the stone that I am carrying around, and that is my lovely rose quartz. So I got this rose quartz egg at the gem fair that I went to with one of my best friends, and I put that haul video up, so you probably saw this in the haul video that I had. But it has a little hole through it, so I could make a necklace if I wanted to, but I kind of just prefer to carry it around. Okay, so in the shop, I want to show you guys, I have a charoite bracelet. So charoite, if you look it up, and many of you may be familiar with it, is a stone that only comes from a certain part of Russia. The Charo River is kind of where it's from, hence the name charoite. But for some reason, it's just gotten crazy expensive and it's gone through the roof. I was able to procure a few beads to make a bracelet for a semi-decent price. So I tried to give the best price I could in my Etsy shop. So I have one bracelet available. The other bracelet is for myself because I think it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, enough of that plugging stuff. The deck that I'm going to be using for this week's reading is the Connected and Free Oracle, or Connected and Free Oracle. It's the Alchemist Oracle, and this is by Inner Hue. So this is a deck that I ordered, it was like a week before Christmas, and it came last week, all the way from beautiful Australia. Okay, so what I do is I choose a card for Monday and Tuesday, one for Wednesday, Thursday, and one for Friday through the weekend. Of course, it doesn't have to be as rigid as that. Usually I read them all together, kind of like a story. If you would like a reading that is more tailored towards you, since this is a general reading, then make sure you check out my information in the information box below. It has my website, my Etsy page, and all that good stuff. So I always try to film outside, but I decided I wanted you guys to see behind me kind of the world going to hell back there. So the wind is basically bending the trees sideways, and it looks like it's starting to rain. It's kind of getting wet on the deck back there. Oh, and this thing next to me, this is my telescope. So obviously can't take the telescope out right now either. Okay. So Monday and Tuesday, let's see what we got going on. All right, Monday, Tuesday. And, whoa, okay, looks like we have two for Wednesday, Thursday, and let's get Friday through the weekend. Actually, this one's sticking out. That'll be our Friday through the weekend. Excellent. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday, we have Soul Knowing. Isn't that a beautiful card? Actually, this is the card that kind of brought me to this deck. I was like, oh, that is so gorgeous. It has all these, you know, zodiac symbols and, you know, astrological signs and everything coming out of this little house. So what I kind of see is like us as being the house, you know, when we feel, let's say, you know, pulled towards a certain direction, like, I don't know why, I just kind of ended up doing this as a career. I just kind of, you know, I don't know how I ended up here. Sometimes, you know, we do things unconsciously, you know, and I kind of point that towards as being some of our soul knowing, you know, where unconsciously we're making decisions or we're interpreting things and, you know, slowly trying to get us, you know, onto our path as best we can unconsciously. And sometimes it's good if you can tap into that and start making that conscious, where you can actually see the decisions you're making, why you're making those decisions. So what I'm getting for Monday and Tuesday is instead of just being reactionary, you know, having things happen to you, and I'm just kind of floating along down this river in my little canoe and just allowing me to, I'll just go where the wind takes me or where the, you know, where the river takes me. But start figuring out, how did you know, wind up in a certain place? How did you wind up in that career? How did you wind up in that part of the country? You know, what led to what led to what? You know, and that's always very interesting. So it seems like, you know, doing a little bit of fun research, you know, just something to ponder. Maybe you can do this on a Saturday or on a Sunday, just kind of laying in bed and, what led me to this, and then what led me to this person and to this person. And by doing that, you'll see much more connection in your life, you know, and it seems like things aren't just happening to you, like things just don't happen by random, but you'll start seeing that synchronicity. And I think by doing that, it makes us feel less alone and less like everything is just whatever, like we were just kind of thrown in this petri dish and whatever kind of happened. No, you know, I think this is great. I think this is a great message for Monday and Tuesday. Okay, for Wednesday and Thursday, like I said, 2 cards came out. And so the 2 cards that came out is responsibility and loudspeaker. Let me show you those cards. Very beautiful cards. I love I need to do a review of this deck. Seriously, it's like, oh, it feels so good in my hands, you guys. Okay. So what I see for responsibility, this card came up for me before, but the message that I got this card for is not the message that I'm getting for you guys. It's something completely different. So we have a responsibility to not only what happens in our lives, but what happens in the lives of everybody around us. You know, if you like to think of, well, we are connected to one another. We're connected to this earth. You know, I'm connected to WALLY. You guys are connected to WALLY. We're all connected to each other. And so if we don't start taking responsibility, standing up for people, standing up for what we believe in, you know, and just kind of allowing things to just kind of happen and, you know, whatever happens, happens, man, you know, instead of doing that, start taking some responsibility for what goes on in your neighborhood. Start taking some responsibility for your life. Start taking some responsibility for other people's lives, you know, other sentient beings, you know, start taking responsibility. You need to be the loudspeaker, you know, make yourself heard. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're work in law enforcement, but you have a voice in whatever medium, you know, you choose to exert that voice. And so this is some powerful messages for especially in the middle of the week. So kind of figuring out, you know, where the wind has basically taken you and how you wound up there will maybe give you the courage to start seeing things as, wow, you know, things don't just happen by random. You know, I am connected to these things and everyone around me. I have responsibility to them. I need to start speaking up. So that's the loudspeaker that I'm getting. This is great. I love these cards. They're just so, like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but you know, some of my best Claire is, you know, my claircognizance. I have, you know, clairaudience and clairvoyance, and it's just like they're all just kind of coming at once, and it's just like bombarding me, and I have to like kind of translate that into a message. You know, it's like everybody's speaking at once. Okay, so Friday through the weekend. Wow, this is a beautiful card. They're all beautiful cards. What am I talking about? But it says receiving frequency. Okay, so obviously these all kind of go together. So, you know, kind of finding how you wound up in a particular place, you know, finding that synchronicity will remind you that you have a responsibility to others, you know, which gives you the courage to maybe, you know, speak up for them. And then when you start tapping into other people and your place in, you know, in this world and in this universe, you start receiving that frequency. You basically raise your vibration, you know, which I always think is, you know, that's not a bad thing. You know, you know, as you get your head out of, what do I want to say, like lizard brain, you know, of just like things just be happening, you know, to wow, oh my gosh, there is a bigger picture going on. You know, when you start becoming aware of those things, you start receiving frequency, you start raising your vibration, and you start allowing yourself to be open to more messages. So okay, so what I'm getting for all of these cards this week, this is not something that is just for this week and then okay, we're done with that. This is more something that I'm getting from here on out, you know, basically this year to on, you know, but it feels like it was really important to let you guys know this week, no matter where you are on this planet. This was the message for all of us. I'm not just like saying you need to do this, but this is for me too. Okay, that was wonderful. Okay, so normally I like to use an oracle card for the reading, but I ended up using an oracle deck for our reading. So for the next portion, instead of pulling another oracle card, I would like to do a little bit of scrying with my Tibetan quartz here. I got this in Old Town San Diego and just kind of stuck out, and I mean, it's not super pretty or anything, but to me it's gorgeous. Wow, I'm just like but yeah, so let me go ahead and get like maybe an overall message, maybe something that ties in these cards. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting from here is I kind of see like the galaxy, the universe, you know, and you know, our planet is there, and you know, all these other planets, and it's like, you know, I see these connections, you know, all the planets are connected, everything in the universe is connected, and within the earth there is a connection to all of us. We like to think of ourselves as being in our own personal little bubble, you know, but our bubble is basically the earth. We're all in this together is kind of what I'm getting. So that matches perfectly with the cards that I pulled for this week. So yeah, we're all in this together. That's the message. So if you think of it that way, especially next time, let's say you're driving on the road and somebody cuts you off and you get super pissed off, like just remember, you know, that person is as much connected to you as you are to them. You know, just as much as you are connected to your own mother and father, that person is connected to you too. So how are you going to handle that information? What are you going to do about that? And I'm not saying that's easy, because there are people that piss me off, but you know, I have to find, you know, yeah, the messages that are within that, you know, why I am reacting that way, why am I feeling that way, you know, things like that. So all right, so for the next portion, I just kind of wanted to have fun. I know a lot of people love WALLY and they love seeing WALLY, so I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with WALLY. And you know, it's also kind of relaxing to see animals at play, you know, no matter what type of animal it is. I don't know, maybe snakes at play. It might be a little scorpions at play, but hey, maybe they're not cute and fuzzy, but they're our friends too. Okay, so I'll see you guys for the next portion. Okay guys, this is Wally, also known as Wally-to, also known as Puma, also known as Crazy-to, Puma Crazy. So I figured you guys would just enjoy watching a happy Puma. We don't call him Cat. He is not a cat. Actually, he hates cats. Huh, Wally? Yeah. So there you guys, just a nice relaxing portion. Watching Wally purr. Watching Wally get his ears rubbed and be happy. You purring yet? Oh.
As you know, he has a higher purr threshold than most.
Oh, by the way, he doesn't know what overstimulation is. You basically can pet him until your hands fall off. And the pink tummy is not out of bounds. You can pet the pink tummy all day. Oh, and by the way, he also has a weird fascination with his hiney. He loves it when you pet his butt. And he has a really rough tongue, so he doesn't maybe clean his backside very well. So it's very whiffy and crusty. So sometimes we use those Charlie's wipes, which he loves because they're so minty. He loves it when you wipe his butt. Wally's a very special Puma. He's also got little armpit webs and little webbies. He's got webbed paws. You know, so it's like he's kind of like a part flying squirrel. Let's get in tight with the Wally. Hey, Wally. Ooh. He's like, hello, YouTube. I'm famous. Everybody loves me. Yeah, look at those blue eyes. That noise you guys hear in the background, that would be the rain pelting the window behind the couch. Yeah. See, aren't you guys relaxed? Isn't this just as good as a guided meditation? Watch Wally be loved. Get jelly and relax. Be the Puma. Wally, do you have any words for your fans out on the internet? Alright, you guys, so that was Wally is a happy Puma portion. Wally is a spoiled Puma. Alright, so I will see you guys back upstairs. Bye, Wally! Alright, and we're back. So hopefully you guys enjoyed playing around with Wally, my sweet Wally-to. And I will see you guys next week, actually, since next week is February. February 1st starts on Wednesday. So yeah, so I'm going to start doing these monthly readings. And then also the other reason I wanted to do monthly readings as well is because I'm also a track and field coach, and track and field starts February 21st. And so, you know, I won't be getting home till pretty late because, you know, I'll be teaching, and then after teaching, you know, I go straight to track practice, and then after that, you know, I come home, but there's also like track meets. And so sometimes with invitationals or at home meets or wherever they are, I might not get home till like 9 or 10 o'clock. So making a weekly video would be pretty difficult since sometimes the weekly videos are pretty involved. But that's fine, because I really, you know, I've been thinking about for the past few months making monthly videos, and then doing more vloggy type stuff. I mean, I love watching people's vlogs. I mean, I like watching people's weekly readings too, but I really enjoy vlogs. I enjoy seeing what's on people's minds, you know, things people have. Maybe it's like a voyeuristic thing that, you know, we like. But yeah, so stay tuned for that kind of stuff, you guys. I'm really looking forward to everything that will be going on and is happening, you know, in 2017. I like the direction the Kittens, Weights, and Tarot is taking. I have already made, you know, a few sales with the bracelets in my Etsy shop, so it looks like people not only like the readings that I have, but they're also liking the jewelry that I'm making. And I'm so enjoying making jewelry. And I used to make purses and stuff like that, but I used to make lots of stuff. I used to be very crafty. I used to like make lots of stuff, and that was a while ago, and now it's nice to be able to do that sort of thing again. So it's like I'm rediscovering things that I love to do, and I think that was something in my wheel of the year that I did, you know, was rediscovering things that I haven't done in quite some time. So I am already enjoying this start to 2017, and I hope you guys are too. So yeah, don't forget to check out the shop. Check out all the goodies that are there. I also have my little sprays and stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to just really getting to know you guys more on a personal level, and just kind of like hanging out like homies, you know? I mean, we can't like, you know, I mean, fist bump, but I mean, well, bump it. All right, so I'll actually see you guys next week. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out, guys.